Oh, live preparing. It's live. It's live.
Preparing to live stream the meeting. That's what we're calling it now, boys.
Is that spelled with an A?
The meeting. The meeting of...
The meeting.
All the girls said no.
No meeting tonight, bro. I'm in isolation.
Okay, I think we're live now. And I'm going to minimize this because I can't watch it, because if you do have it up anywhere, it's on a 10-second delay. So it will fuck with your head very quickly.
Okay.
I'm just going to message Claire to see if she could check the stream is working.
Who's Claire?
Claire is the lady who's in charge of Electric Arcade's Instagram and Facebook.
She's the woman that has been tagging you since Monday.
She's been tagging me since we fucking did the thing.
Say hello. Yeah, we've done this show
Hi.
before. Hello, Claire. And hello, anyone else who's tuning in on YouTube. We are live here. My name is Steve Bennett, and this is going to be Dungeons and Naggins. And I've got a little banana daiquiri mustache already. My name's Steve Bennett, and we're joined by Danny Ryan. Hello, Danny Ryan.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you here. And we're also joined by Stephen Sharp. Hello, Stephen Sharp.
Hi.
You lads are both here. You've played this game live before. In fact, the first version that we did in Electric Arcade was with the two of you. And you went on a lovely adventure. We gave out a lot of shots to the crowd, and things worked out really well. I think it's safe to say you saved the day.
Yeah. I think I'm wearing the same jumper, actually. Danny, you're wearing the same
You are. I
shirt.
didn't want to say it. No, I wasn't wearing the shirt tonight.
So we're just going to have a little bit of a kick around for about 5 minutes to let people join in the stream before we get started on the adventure properly. So starters, what are you drinking?
Danny, you go first.
I am on. I found this in like a kind of a craft off license. Very fancy altogether. It's called, I think the L is silent, Boomers.
Oh,
It's a cidre.
Tway.
It's from a place called Clonmel.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's quite nice. It's quite nice. If they got it into taps, it'd be nice. They probably have to change the name of it here to, I don't know, Majners or something.
Oh, I want mine in a glass. It looks so much nicer. I'm drinking
It
it.
does look nicer in a glass.
Yeah, I drink quicker when it's in the glass as well, I find.
That's good. Stephen, what are you drinking?
Tuborg, baby, because I'm poor. Yeah. And Tuborg are the first guys to start putting their shit into... Oh no, I've dropped everything into cardboard, so it's better for the environment.
That's real sweet.
And now I have to
Stephen.
pick
We
up
nearly lost you
everything
in the
because that's
middle
what
of that.
happens
We
every
were
time
worried,
you
but
pick
now
it
you're
up.
back
Shit
and
just
we're
falls
happy.
out of it.
I
That's because I dropped my phone.
you dropped your phone.
Stephen dropped his phone out of the good Wi-Fi spot in the house, which is very
Which is in my windowsill.
one point on the windowsill so the Wi-Fi can get in like a little baby bird.
To bring you pictures of naked people on the internet.
Stephen put me onto, he sent me a meme recently from an Instagram channel, and you know when you get sent an Instagram channel that's private, you have to follow it to see the meme.
Yeah.
So Stephen sent me a meme from a place called Fitness Gaze with a Z, and I didn't want to be homophobic. So now I'm getting a lot of very specific humor that I think might be at my own expense as a, what's my role, Stephen? What was it? A badger?
A badger.
Because I'm not a bear because I'm too small.
Oh, you're a cub.
A cub, I see.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
You're
Why
a young
did I
bear.
think badger? Badgers grow up to be bears, right?
Are you getting a lot of like ads for the gym on YouTube or on Google now?
Ads for the gym. No, but a lot of them start at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm drinking is this one's a banana daiquiri, which is basically a strawberry daiquiri, but you haven't blended up strawberries to put in there. You've put in banana. So it's got a bunch of sugar syrup in it, which is something that you make. Have you ever made sugar syrup before?
I've never made anything.
It's got 2 parts sugar, 1 part water. You just put it on a low heat and stir it until it becomes like a syrup. And then you put it in the fridge and it works well in a lot of cocktails. But it's basically just putting sugar in.
But you don't get any of the granules and shit.
No. And it's got rum in it too, and it tastes real good. And
Have you various drinks?
Yeah, I've also got it's this one. That one's called the that's a banana daiquiri, but I call it the slippery witch because of banana peel. And this one's called the Bard. It's a Danny. Don't shake your fucking head at me. What's that about?
No, I just thought you'd come up with something better. That's all. Is Bard, is Bard as in Shakespeare or as in Johnny Graham, your Bard? Like,
maybe a bit of both. Because
shout out to
I didn't
Johnny
have
Graham.
it's whiskey and ginger, and then I didn't have lime. So what I did was I got this tea infuser that looks like a little sword,
That's
and
cute.
I put in lemon and the top of a strawberry that I had from before, because the banana daiquiri has strawberry in it because I like strawberry.
Can I ask how soon after you started looking at all the gay fitness memes did you get into making these cocktails?
I don't know. I mean, now that you mention it, it was a couple of hours, but like I don't not here to be judged by anyone except Beyonce. Thank you.
Don't let the sword slip into your mouth there.
So that one's a whiskey and ginger. And the next one over here, I called the Inferno of Doom, which was basically a kind of a Long Island iced tea where I just put in all of the 4 things that I had, which was whiskey and vodka and white rum and mead, like a kind of a honey mead. And I put them all in there. And then I put in orange juice and ice and ginger ale. And it tastes really good.
That's just like a donkey's bollocks. That's just like what you take when you don't want your parents to know you've been drinking, so you drink little bits of everything.
And you put it all into one.
And it tastes like really nice adolescence.
Are all those cocktails supposed to be served room temperature over an hour with 1 sip from each?
I believe it's said that we're meant to be chilled by a radiator in your dad's garage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of level. We're going to be starting the game real soon, but basically the way the game works is that I am the Naggin Lord, and I will describe what's happening in the world around our 2 adventurers. Our 2 adventurers are played by Danny, and they're played by Sharpie. I'm pointing because this is what it looks like on my screen. Is this the angle you have, where Danny's here and Sharpie's here?
There and Sharpie's there.
I think it's broadcasting what's on my
Danny's
screen.
there.
So Danny's over here and Sharpie's down here. So it's like I'm at the table here looking at the 2 of you. Danny's up there and Sharpie's down over here. So the lads are the 2 adventurers. Danny is playing a character called Danny Christ, and Sharpie is playing a character called Sharpie. Stephen Slayer is the name of your character, right?
Yeah, like Buffy.
Like Buffy, but a big buff dude, even more like Buffy than Buffy herself. And so Danny Christ is a kind of a sneaky elf rogue.
Danny Christ.
Danny Christ.
Yeah, Danny Christ. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. And the way the game works is that they'll be rolling a 20-sided die, but because so basically I describe what's happening in the world around them, they say what they want to do, and then they try and roll for it. So they'll roll a 20-sided die right here, except Danny doesn't have one, and he's recording this on Zoom on his phone. So Sharpie is going to be rolling instead of Danny. So Sharpie has 2 sets of dice, and Danny is going to say what he wants to do. Sharpie's going to say what he wants to do, and then they're going to roll for it. They have corresponding skills that will help with this, which means they've got a certain amount of strength. What's your strength, lads?
Strong. 3.
1.
And what's your dexterity?
+1.
+3.
What's your intelligence?
-1.
Fair. Mine's +1.
Your charisma?
-2.
I forgot about that.
Fair. Mine is +1.
And wisdom?
+1.
That'll be -2.
You dumb shit.
So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be rolling your D20, or Sharpie is going to be rolling for both of you. When you say what you want to do, and we'll decide together what your associated skill point will be. For strength, for Sharpie here, who is Stephen the Slayer, a giant and powerful barbarian. If he does something like I want to lift a rock, meaning strength, he'll roll and add 3 to the roll and tell me what he gets. If anyone rolls a 20, that's a wonderful thing. Something amazing happens and we all drink. Demonstrate. If anyone rolls a 1, something horrific happens and we all drink.
For God's sakes.
We will be finding out more about our characters as we go along, but now it is time to start the adventure. If you're here on YouTube, then you're very welcome. My name's Steve Bennett, this is Danny Ryan, and this is Stephen Sharp. We are going on an adventure now, and we start our adventure in the land of Naginthia. We are in the two adventurers' local town of Cognac Crescent, and you're here in the local pub, your local pub, where you often find yourselves. And the name of that pub is the Rusty Box. And the two of you are deep inside of the Rusty Box, hanging out, elbowing, propping up the bar, both sipping a pint. And I want you both to look in your pockets as you both roll for luck to see how much gold is in your pockets. Sharpie, you're going to roll for both of them.
All right. Is wisdom,
Danny,
is that luck?
Danny, you're going to say what your wisdom is, which is your luck.
Okay.
-2. 1 second, I have to get a pen.
Gotcha. -2 for Danny.
-2 makes his
+1.
Yeah, so I have 4 and Danny has exactly 0.
Wow.
Exactly
Okay, everyone
0.
drink for a 0 because that's a 1 or less.
Oh no, his wisdom is -2, so he rolled a 2.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But we're going to drink for things that add up to a 1 or less, and we're going to drink things that add up to a 20 or more.
Okay.
Because we're only going to play for an hour, and I don't want you little buddies sober during this game, all right? I want some irresponsibility with your housemates and families after this is going on. I want you going, shouting, knocking on people's doors, telling them the quarantine's over, and we're going to start singing. Everyone's singing. Come on, guys. Come out on the street. Everybody's singing. That's sure what I'm going to do.
I'm getting all the local pensioners up for a big game of Ring a Rosie after this.
So there you are. You're in the pub, in your local pub. You've got your elbows on the bar. You've both looked in your pockets and found that you only have 1 gold piece each. And you look at the bar and you see a sign behind the bar that says that 2 pints cost 1 gold piece.
Right.
You look around the pub and you can see that there are options for different things you can do. There's an arm wrestling tournament. There's a card game happening. You can buy pints, of course, and you can just have a chat with some of the locals. You can do different things.
Are any of the locals kind of weird looking?
Yeah, for sure. There's one guy that's in the corner that looks like he has like Aragorn in the corner of the prancing pony. He looks like he has a mission for you. And there's one guy that looks like he's kind of like dodgy. You know when lads kind of like look like a pigeon? Like he's kind of like looking around, trying to look inconspicuous, but he looks very conspicuous. And then there's also the oldest man in the town.
I'd say let's see what that dodgy guy's up to.
The dodgy lad who's like pecking.
Yeah.
Party. Yeah.
Gotcha. You both want to go over there?
Yeah.
Gotcha. You both walk over, and as he's looking at you, he's like, what's up? You guys cops? You guys cops?
No. Why?
No, totally the opposite. What?
Roll for charisma to see if he believes you.
Oh, bugger. 6. I got a 6. Danny got a 12.
Gotcha. He kind of believes Danny, but he looks real dodgy of you. You're a big bruiser looking dude. You
look like a fucking shade.
You have to stoop to go in through most doorways. And he's looking at you like, that guy looks like a fucking cop, man. I don't know if I want to talk to you guys over here.
No, I'm just a fitness enthusiast.
He points at Danny, and he points at Stephen first, and he says, "Hey, I know what you mean, but listen, if you, Danny, if you want to come and talk to me over here, I might have a deal for you."
Yeah, okay. Hang back, Charlie.
Yeah, go make out with your boyfriend. I'll talk to you.
He pops over into the Jacks, and you walk in, and there's like one lad in there. He's just washing his hands, and he looks at you, and he just keeps washing his hands, and then he leaves. He scuttles out because he doesn't want to be in the room with the two of you anymore. And this dodgy lad, he's in the pub, and he's like, listen, I heard some stuff's going down, and you might want to get a bit of booze on the down low before things happen. You interested in buying some booze, nice and cheap?
Are we sure this pub isn't Costello's in Limerick?
Roll for intelligence.
That is 14.
A 14. It's not Costello's, but it's got the vibe. You feel like some of the same people might be involved.
Yeah, sure. I'm down to get some cheap booze. Yeah, let's do it.
Gotcha. He says, great. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I'll give you 4 flagons of cognac for 1 gold piece.
I don't know what a flagon is.
It's larger than a naggin. It's like a
shoulder.
A shoulder. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He opens up his jacket and he's got 4 there.
Oh, just nothing but brandy underneath. Okay, sweet. Yeah, okay. I've got 1 gold piece. Yeah, let me get. I'll because the pints are 2 a go. So yeah, go on.
Gotcha. He takes them. He takes the gold piece off you, and he hands you over 4 flagons. So you've got those in your items now. Is 4 shoulders of cognac.
Okay.
All right.
Sharpie.
You walk back out into the main area. The guy waits an appropriate amount of time, and he walks out after you and kind of like leaves the bar because he's already done all his business. He's already sold all of his wares. And he walks out, and the 2 of you are just left standing there. Do you want to explain to Sharpie what happened?
No, he probably overheard.
Cool.
Just creeping in the men's room, you know.
Stephen, I want you to roll for intelligence to see if you did overhear.
Jesus. I got a 16.
A 16. You did. You were listening by the door the whole time, and you were real cool about seeing how when your friend walked out afterwards, there was a slight clink to his walk, meaning that he was probably sequestering alcohol in bottles upon his person. So you're walking out, and then all of a sudden there's a fucking bang and a crash, and a few fellas burst in, and they're like angry, like security dude looking fellas, and they're wearing big like mercenary armor, and one of them has a sword and one of them has an axe, and this one lad has a scroll, and he rolls out the scroll and he says, by order of Michael Shite Crack, alcohol is now illegal. And he closes up the scroll, and then a bunch of other lads who look like the first 2 security guards, they all march in, and they start taking the barrels of alcohol from behind the bar. They're taking all the booze, they're gathering up all the bottles and putting them into a big bag, and they're carrying out 2 kegs at a time, and they're taking the pints out from under the chins of owl fellas. They're pulling out the pints and they're taking them from people, and now they're taking all the pints and they're all marching out of there.
It's like Good Friday all over again.
Exactly. So they're taking all the pints, and as you watch, you see all the people are distraught, and they try and like pull the kegs and the pints back off them, and it doesn't work. The lads are too big and strong, and they all march out of town, or they march out of the pub, and they put all of the kegs and stuff onto a big cart, and then there's only the 2 lads back and the lad with the scroll. And all the booze is now gone out of the pub like a Looney Tunes cartoon. And he closes up his scroll and he says, any complaints can be registered at the office of Michael Shite Crack in the town of Ballyfull of Cans. And he leaves. And the 2 lads stand there for a minute. The lad with the sword and the lad with the axe, the first 2 lads who burst in. And they just stand there looking at you for a minute.
Well, that was fucking eventful, wasn't it? That all just kind of happened.
They leave.
Okay. Now, I'm thinking, right, in an economy like this where drink is illegal, those 4 bottles of brandy that I just got, their values just skyrocketed.
Yeah, but that's honestly only going to do me about a day. So, because I'm a big guy.
You're not understanding.
No. You're not understanding. I love drinking and fighting, and now they're telling me I can't be drinking. So someone needs to get hurt.
Someone's going to get fought.
We have enough brandy to get me through the next 12 hours until we sort this shit out. Because Mr. No Crack is about to find out how big my motherfucking hammer is.
We should say Stephen has a hammer as a weapon.
Yes, and it's named Shirley after my father.
Shirley, you can't be serious.
Yes, that was the joke.
We're in, everybody.
I wrote that. It's
You're jigging your fuck.
Yeah, I wrote that.
So,
sorry. Can I just for anybody who won't be watching, we were asked to draw our characters, and we haven't yet revealed what they look like.
Yeah, for sure. At this moment, both of you stand, and as you're like mulling over your options in this mad situation that's presented itself before you, you find yourselves pacing and in front of a mirror.
Oh, fuck. I didn't actually fucking draw my guy. I just stole a picture. Oh, that's everything.
Oh, Danny, you really went for a Christmas elf. That's tremendous.
Can I also say that was I tried, like that I'm really, so the arms I understand the arms come out of kind of a different part. Look, elves don't have rules as such, and I know that his shoes are bigger than his head, but look, that's what I look
Danny,
like.
that's the kind of picture that it looks like you should have written your age next to. Your first name and your age.
Yeah.
And that's my guy. I did it really fast.
That's real sweet, Stephen. You
Yeah,
look like one of the guys from the film Aquaman, from the hit film
Wait a second.
Aquaman.
Did you just draw that now?
Yeah.
That took me
And
25 minutes.
And he's giving you the finger. He's not here to fuck with you.
Oh my God.
Stephen is a big birdie guy. Danny is a little sneaky boy. And you're both standing there in the pub, distraught, looking in front of the mirror, looking at all the distressed people around you. Some old men are crying into pints, distraught, utterly floored at the idea of having to go back home to their horrible families. The lady who works behind the bar, she's making a show of just cleaning glasses, and she just starts smashing them, and she's crying. And all of a sudden, the door gets kicked open, and you look up to see who's there, and you see you can't see anybody as you have to look down and down and down further to about 3.5 feet tall, and you see it's the mayor of the town, Miggledy Higgins.
Oh my God, I love
it's
him.
Miggledy.
He's well
He's
liked.
back, and
He's
he's
well
the
liked.
mayor, and he says, "Oh, gebucht. Oh, Neil. Oh, no. Oh, it's Misha Miggledy. August
Wow, I thought his Irish was better, but I guess not.
to Ukris Urim for justice. August
Okay.
Mike Scheidcrack, I'll address you all in English. Mike Scheidcrack has taken it upon himself to declare a prohibition upon the land of Naginthia. And Cognac Crescent says no. And all the other lads in the pub go, no. What do you say?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, what I need
Not today.
are two adventurers to go to the land of Ballyfull of Cans.
Oh,
And
wait. I have an idea. We can help him find some adventurers.
No, for fuck's sake.
he says, nearly. Okay, right. Well, you're the only
Okay.
two people who are stepping forward in front of the ceremonial mirror, which is the mirror of volunteership. So there you are. And you two, or you four, sure, I don't know, I'm pissed. You four are going to go to Ballyfull of Cans. And in that place, you're going to deal with Mike Scheidcrack, who has taken all of the booze. And you're going to either convince him to give the booze back to everybody, or you're going to fucking kill him.
Can I give Sharpie a little kind of an elbow and say, more like belly full of cans? Am I right?
I know he doesn't follow the same Instagrams that we do. Yes, let's fuck some shit up.
What's going on over there? He says Miggledy.
It looks like Sharpie just pulled a gun.
On the president of the
No!
mayor of this town?
No, I'm just playing with
Oh.
pencil.
He
Miggledy,
says, yeah, yes.
100%. I'm here to fuck some shit up. I love drinking and fighting. I need to do some more drinking. We got enough cans for the road. Let's go fuck some shit up.
Don't tell him about the cans we have for the road.
He's on our
Galore.
side. This queen loves drinking.
Galore Fado. Danny, I want you to roll for stealth on your way out of there. That's your dexterity to try and escape without any of the people in there hearing that you've got cans or that you've got flagons in your pockets.
Okay,
He
Sharpie
rolled
roll.
a 9. That's
A
good.
nine.
That's not a 0.
As you're
plus
walking
three.
out the door,
+3.
I added the +3.
as you're walking out the door, one of the Naggins, one of the flagons falls out and slips onto the ground, and a thirsty owl fella picks it up and starts doling it out to all the people at his table. You've only got 3
I'm
left,
fucking
Danny.
thirsty if he's dishing it out to everyone else, the cunt.
Yeah. Fucking terrible alcoholic. I'd be gone with that. I'd be like, this is
Yeah.
mine now. Bye-bye.
Well,
Out of
listen,
here.
as you walk out as well, for lying, you see a little tear fall out of Miggledy's eye.
This
And
queen
it
doesn't
turns
ever
into a
have
little
me.
gumdrop. And a child's wish is granted, but you still feel a bit bad. And you walk out as the whole town points in the direction that you should be going, which is to the western gate and towards Flagon Forest.
To the Western Gate.
Let's do it.
You're walking along towards the western gate and towards Flagon Forest. And as you're walking along, you get to the edge of the town, and the town guard nods at you as if to say, huh, off on another adventure again, are we?
Are you
And
sure?
he doesn't
we're
wait to hear a
walking?
response.
Are you sure we're
know
walking,
me.
or are we flagging a taxi, guys? Danny Ryan Comedy, okay, on Instagram, anywhere you'll see.
You're walking along, you leave the town of Cognac Crescent, where you were born, raised, and do most of your adventuring. You set out along the path towards the west and inevitably towards the town of Ballyfull of Cans. As you're walking along, you pass through Flagon Forest. You start entering thin trees, and then you start walking through the forest path, going through thicker and thicker patches of trees until everything's very dark around you and sort of misty with a sort of a shimmering kind of a mist, as if we were live, I'd be hitting a button to put mist out into the world. And as you're walking along, you can hear like the crunch of lovely bits of twigs under your feet, and then the kind of the of little mossy damp bits as you're walking along as well, I suppose. And as you're walking along, all of a sudden, you fall into a fucking pit. And you're down there in the pit, and the pit's about 9 or 10 feet deep. And you're just down in the pit. I want you both to roll for dexterity to try and land on your feet and not get hurt when you roll in the pit.
I got a 15. Danny got a 12.
A 12. Okay, you're both fine. You both fall in the pit. You land on your feet. You're standing there and you're looking up, and you can see that over the top of the pit, looking in, is a little goblin fella. And the little goblin fella looks down at you and he says, oh, you've fallen in this magical hole. And now you have to do a quest for me, a little goblin fella. Oh, you're trapped in my magical hole and you must...
I'm totally turned on right now.
Magical hole you are trapped in, and you must do a little dance for me if you're going to get out of here. I need you to gamble your skill points. So I want you to pick a skill point that you're going to gamble by +2 or -2. So what skill point would you like to gamble? Then we're going to play a little game of Pictionary.
Oh, fuck.
And if you do it right, you're going to get +2. And if you do it wrong, you're going to get -2. What skill point do you want to gamble?
Okay, I don't mind. I think I'll gamble my wisdom because it's -2. I'll try and get it up to 0, so it's not costing me.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Steven,
do the
you're
same.
doing the fucking drawing.
I know. I'm gonna pick my intelligence because it's -1 at least. We'll see how my intelligence works out.
Gotcha.
With this.
So the way it's going to happen is I've got a D6 right here. Sharpie has already been given 6 options. Sharpie, you've got those there?
Yeah, I'm going to write numbers
or
next to them.
things to draw. And Danny, I'm going to get you. Sharpie's going to put his screen on. He's going to share his screen and he's going to open up Paint. He's going to draw the thing and you have to guess it. You just shout it out loud to guess it. And Sharpie's going to say yes when you're right.
How long do I have to get it?
About 30 seconds.
Okay. About 30 seconds. Okay.
We're going to do 3 of them.
Okay.
And Sharpie, are you ready to share your screen?
Yeah.
So Danny, Sharpie's going to start drawing. I'm going to be counting the 30 seconds. I'm going to tell you when you have 10 seconds left. I'll tell you when you have 5 seconds left.
Okay. Is there a category?
Sorry?
Is it in a category or just?
No, I don't think there's any category to these, Sharpie, is there?
Okay.
No, it's just random shit.
Amazing. Here we go, Sharpie. I want you to draw number 5. 30 seconds on the clock now. Sharpie's going to draw option number 5. Danny, you've to shout out loud what this is.
Skateboard. Eyelash. Eyes.
Make as many
James
guesses
Bond.
as you want, Danny.
The Invisible Man. Heisenberg.
Oh, no.
Mary Black. Mr. Potato Man. Mr. Tato.
Very close, Danny.
Spuds.
Oh,
The Tato Man, but the Northern Irish one.
Danny!
What the fuck is that?
Danny, you were really close like 2 guesses ago.
Mr. Tato.
Very close. Mr.
Potato Head.
Yes! Well done,
Yes!
Danny. That's one. That was I don't think that was actually within 30 seconds, but fuck it, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, you give it to me.
No, girl,
Okay,
I
you'll have
fucked
that
up
one.
because I Mr. Potato, and I was like, oh, I just had Mr. Potato. I was like, oh, Mr. Tato, and it's like, no, I didn't read head at the end. So actually,
You
anyway,
son of
it
a
worked
bitch,
out.
you weren't drawing Mr. Potato Head at all. You were drawing Mr. Tato.
Well, we still got there.
You still
And
got
then
there
when
in
he
the end.
started
It
saying
took
Mr. Tato,
55 seconds.
yeah, I looked
but
back
fuck
at the
it.
thing and went, oh, yeah.
That's 1 point for the good guys, okay? I'm going to get you to go again.
Okay.
You need to get 3 to get this right. Here we go. Next roll, Sharpie. Could you please draw number 3? Number 3.
Okay.
Danny, that's 30 seconds on the clock.
Mr. Tato. A Rolling Stones. A Rolling Stone gathers no moss.
I
Head
guess.
roll.
All right.
I can say that you're close.
A rock, stone, river. Paper, rock, scissors. Is that a guitar or a river?
It's a guitar.
Rock music. Rock guitar. Guitar rock. Rock guitar. Rock band.
So goddamn close.
You're really
Rock
close,
music.
Danny.
Rock and roll.
Yes! Well done. Very, very
Yes.
good. Wow. Great. That's 2. You need 1 more to get it. This is going to be best 3 out of 5. So if you lose the next 3, then you're down. You're gone. Here's the next one, Sharpie. It's going to be number 1. Number 1.
Sound. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Watering can. A piano. Dinosaur
Well, like-
breath. Is dinosaur
Well,
breath a
like
phrase?
that's.
You're close,
Looks like a
Danny.
piano to me.
It is a piano, but what type? I don't know. I shouldn't be talking.
Grand piano.
Yes.
Hey, Danny, you did it. That one was genuinely within 30 seconds. Well done. You did it. The little goblin fella looks at you saying, oh, you've gotten out of my hole, but maybe I'll get you into my hole again another time soon.
All right, like
He
Jesus.
throws down his little slippery rope and you climb up out of it. And you're up there on the top. And he kind of stands around awkwardly, like maybe he wants to trade information, like maybe you guys could stay in touch.
Yeah.
No,
what's
it's
your
fine.
like? What's your seeker pigeon
Gotcha. You
letter
can find me
service
here in
bird?
the woods, and my picture is a picture of my abs. Here are my abs, and he shows you them, and they're surprisingly well cut, like nice abs
Hardy.
for a little goblin fella. And then he says, "Well, that's where you can find me. I'm here on Flint or whatever Grinder's called," and he motions at you that you
It's
can
called
keep
Got
going.
Woods.
Slipperyrope.com, and he motions at you along the path to head west towards Ballyfull of Cans, and you walk along and you can hear him kind of go like, as you're walking away, I want you to roll for perception.
What's that? That's intelligence, is it?
Mhm.
Oh, which we now I have +2 in, or plus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
one.
Sharpie, your intelligence
And
is now
that is-
+1. And Danny, your wisdom is now 0.
I got a 8, and Danny, you got a 11.
11. Okay, gotcha. Stephen, with your 8, you are totally ignorant.
Right, so that was an 8 and a what was I say? 12, 11.
An 11, great. With an 8, Stephen, you don't hear anything, and with Danny's 11, you can hear the little goblin fella kind of go as he kind of goes back around setting his trap again for the next adventurers to go through, and you can tell that he's like looking at you leave. And you walk out with added confidence as you're walking out of the forest. You leave the misty area. All the mist has now cleared. You're walking out and it's not like damp in the forest anymore. You're walking through a drier forest. You can hear your crunching little bits of twigs on the ground and you can hear more birds singing and stuff. And you're walking out and then you come out into the, you leave the forest and you're out into sort of a warm light of day hitting you from above as you walk out into a kind of a meadow clearing, and you can see all of the things outside, like birds swooping overhead, and along like a hill leading downwards and then upwards again towards the town. You can see ahead of you is Ballyfull of Cans. There the fuck it is, and you see that Ballyfull of Cans is a larger town than Cognac Crescent, where you two come from. It's got a town wall made of stone. And at one side of it, on the side of a mountain, there is a dark and ominous castle, like you know in Edward Scissorhands, when the professor, the scientist man, has like a weird house on like the top of a nice like suburban area.
Oh yeah,
yeah, like that.
Yeah.
In Edward
Let's just
Scissorhands,
say yeah,
like,
because I'm not going to argue.
go.
Yeah.
it's a big, weird, out of place, evil person's looking house, that like a castle with a little moat that's on the top area of the town at one side, on the side of a mountain, and the rest of Ballyfull of Cans look like a nice peaceful village with stone walls.
Okay, so is it mostly downhill?
It's mostly downhill to get there.
Okay, I have a soft rope. No, a 50-foot rope.
Did you think it said rope brackets soft?
No, I misread my own writing. It looks like soft rope. You can't see. So I have a 50-foot rope in the game. I have a soft rope in real life. I was wondering, could he head down and I'll just tie myself to the rope and he can drag me afterwards, because he's a big guy.
Sharpie, are you up for that?
He's thinking. No,
He's
frozen.
thinking about that. Okay, well, I tell you what happens is
Very pensive.
he's a bit frozen at the moment. So what you do is you tie your rope around him and just drag him along behind you.
No. I should throw him down the hill, frozen, and then I'll be dragged after him. We get there quicker.
You don't want to sit in him like a sled. You want to be dragged afterwards like a child dragging like a Rottweiler.
Yeah, I want to be like a dog's running away from me. Yeah, and I'm small. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, gotcha. You push him down the hill tied to the rope. You hold on to the end of the rope for about 45 or 40 feet as the rope twithers away before you get pulled over to one side. It looks real comical and everyone who's nearby has a great time. You slide along the hill. You slide along the hill and land up all on your feet, all happy and all standing there in front of the town guards of Ballyfull of Cans.
Okay. So I guess they're not just waving people through, are they?
They're not just waving people through. They're asking people what their business is.
Okay, so
a big guard looks at you, and she seems like she's wearing like a different badge to the other guards. Seems like she's the boss around here, and she looks at you and she's like letting people go through with little bits of cabbages and stuff. And then she says, points to the two of you and says, "You and the frozen one, what's your story?"
I'm going to say, right, because I had a disguise kit as part of my toolkit.
That's right.
And what I've done is I've put on a pair of sunglasses on my guy.
Yeah.
And I'm pretending to be blind. So I'm saying I'm blind. This is my frozen friend. He's very infirm. He needs to get to a hairdryer as quick as possible. And I am also I'm so blind that I need glasses. And so we need to get inside to where there might be a medical facility. Please help, you bitch.
Okay, I'm going to roll for your charisma to see if that works out. Okay, so your charisma at the moment is a +1. So you've rolled a 17. It works.
Woohoo!
She's charmed by you, and she says, "Oh, my lord. Okay, well, people who are this blindly ambitious should and she waves you through, not doing her job as a town guard at all. And the two of you walk into town, and you're in now the town of Ballyfull-of-Cans. And you can feel next to you that Stephen the Slayer is becoming more animated. Like he might nearly be here in spirit, even if we can't hear him speak yet.
Yeah.
You've walked into a sunny bit of the town square of Ballyfull-of-Cans, and it's beginning to warm him up as he's coming back to life in front of you. And you look around the town. I'm going to roll for your perception now, Danny. Your perception is, again, your intelligence with a +1.
+1,
You roll a 17 this time, Danny.
That's practically a 20.
You look around the town, and you can see all the normal things in town, like a butcher's and a potion shop and a blacksmith selling weapons and armor. And you look up at the tallest thing in the town at the moment, and it's a big billboard. And on the billboard, it has a big picture of a lad, and he's wearing a big crown and he's smoking a big cigar. And he's on the billboard, and on top of it, it says, Mike Scheitcrack's Gala Fundraiser. Amazing guests, great food, 100 gold per plate.
Okay, we got to get in there. There's going to be some deals going on in there.
Seems like there's some stuff going on at the gala, and the date you can see is dated for tonight.
Okay, well, how are we going to get a hold of 100 gold?
You look around and you can see that there's a jobs post in the center of town.
Let's check it out.
You walk over to the jobs post, and you can see that there are a couple of jobs there on the jobs post. Each of these jobs pay 50 gold. There's one there that says bounty hunt.
Okay.
There's one that says find a lost child. There's one that says get rid of a troublesome child. And then you look down to the dodgier section of the board.
Yeah.
And it says vandalize a billboard. And it says medical test subjects wanted.
Okay. Well, before you said there was a dodgy side of the board, I already thought we had to kill a child. So I thought that was going to be tough enough. Oh,
Stephen, this is terrifying.
Jesus Christ. He's changed his haircut.
He's totally changed himself.
So let's volunteer for some medical trials.
Amazing. You walk forward and you take the bit of parchment that says medical test subjects wanted. Stephen looks like he's laughing because you look over at your frozen friend next to you and see that while he's still totally comatose, he seems happy in himself to be just involved, as you still have your rope tied around him.
Before and after of him, you know what I mean? The way he used to be.
It looks like Alex Jones's before and after, where he looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
You take the bit of paper, the parchment off the jobs board that says medical test subjects wanted, and on it is a little address where it says doctor, but the word doctor is in inverted commas. So it says
please be penis pills.
It says Dr. Wallop, and it gives the address of where you can find Dr. Wallop, and it's on the less fancy side of town.
Okay, let's go.
Gotcha. You walk along the path to get there, dragging your frozen friend along the way. And you get closer and closer towards the dodgier side of town. People are looking at you, kind of eyeing up your dagger. They're looking at Steve the Slayer's sword, or at his big fucking hammer. They're looking kind of like eyeing you up, like wondering like, what's your story? Can we have some money, or what's going on?
No, you can't have any. What? We don't have any money. What are you fucking talking about?
Fuck. Okay, sorry to ask. Didn't mean to bother you. I was just checking with everybody who comes by. You get over towards the address that you're supposed to be going to. You get over towards the address.
I should have told those kids some drink. I've got 3 flags.
Yeah, exactly. The kids are now out of earshot as you get to the door, and you knock 3 times on the door. And you see the door open, and there's a little wizard fella there, looks out, and he's wearing like scientist lab coat. He's got big old like jam jar glasses, and he says, "Hello, are you here for the testing?"
Yeah, just fucking test me up real nice.
Oh, amazing. Great,
Whatever you
great,
need to
great.
stick in or slide on or whatever.
He says, come on in and sit on this medical table. But he does this when he says the word medical.
He does what?
He does this with his hands. He gives inverted
Oh, he
commas.
does the bunny ears. Fuck.
He does bunny ears when he says medical table.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit in there like kind of like that with my arms kind of holding myself up.
Yeah, gotcha. He walks over and he pushes you on the chest to push you back onto the table properly. And he gets a big needle and he puts it into your vein and it's got a blue liquid in it. And he pushes on the plunger and he says, let's see what happens here. And I'm going to roll for your luck. What is your wisdom now? Is it 0, right?
It's at 0, yeah.
It's at 0 now. Okay, cool. So what you roll is what you get. And it's a 7, which means it's not good news. I'd like you to pick one of your skill points, please.
Strength.
Strength has now gone down by 2. So your strength is now on -1.
Oh, I wouldn't have picked it. That's what was happening.
Well,
Yeah,
sorry,
you're-
girl. I think I'm back, but every time I go to talk, I think it freezes.
Your friend becomes awake just
Hey!
in time to be pushed into a medical chair by the small doctor. Stephen, you're joining us. Danny took a job for medical test subjects wanted. You've gone to a weird scientist's house who says they're a doctor. They have pushed a weird blue liquid into Danny that has taken his strength down by 2 points. So now Danny's strength is on -1.
Yeah, I got that much. I got -1 for Danny, but oh my God, Danny, every time I pass out because I took too many fucking drugs, you keep doing this and I keep waking up and strapped to chairs and shit.
You are now
Has to
strapped to a
stop.
chair as the doctor puts the now a purple liquid into your arm. Stephen, before we begin, I'd like you to select a skill point.
Charisma.
Charisma, got you. Your charisma is currently -2.
You know, you got to think when you're getting frozen so much, what else is going to happen? That's Danny Ryan Comedy
Danny.
on Instagram.
Stephen, I'd like you to roll for wisdom, please, which is your luck.
That is 11.
That's 11. You barely succeed. You gain 1 point to your charisma, making it a -1.
She's coming on up.
So what? He knows that that this stuff weakens people.
He doesn't know what it does. He's writing down the results of when he puts it into different people. So he's mumbling the word elf when he fills in your chart. Then when he fills in Sharpie's chart, he's mumbling the word barbarian. But you two both know that because you rolled for luck when that happened, it had nothing to do with anything. He's just a mad scientist. He hands over 50 gold each to you as you both walk out of his office and kind of like he's trying to like close the door behind you.
All right. Yeah,
You know, it's not the worst thing I've done for money. This is fine. I'm glad I woke up for the important part.
Amazing.
Thanks for
You've
the
got
money.
50 gold each.
said that before.
You've got 50 gold each, and you can either try and go to the gala now or try and get another 100 gold.
We go to a gala. What happened?
There's a gala.
Okay, we have to go to a gala. We need 100 gold each to get in.
Oh, shit.
Is-
Okay.
Is
We only got
alcohol
50.
banned in this town as well?
Yeah, this is the guy who's banning alcohol is the mayor of this town.
Okay, well let's go sell some flagons to kids. The 3 that I have. Try and make up the rest.
Oh, no.
Amazing.
Fucking find alcoholics. Kids don't have any money. Find people that are like really itching. They've been like, girl, I need some fucking drink.
We'll find kids.
All
rich
right, I'll
kids.
find some kids.
Let's
Okay.
get some rich kids.
You find some of the children in this area. This is the dodgy part of town. So the children aren't all that well to do. These are the lads who were looking you up and down earlier on, wondering what the story was with your dagger or with your hammer. Were you using it? Can we have it? And they see you, and one of them, kind of the bravest one, is standing forward, kind of be like, "What do you want? I see you looking at me and my friends. What do you want?"
Okay, stripping for parts. Go back and sell the organs to the dodgy doctor.
You want to grab the kid?
Yeah, let's grab that kid.
Roll for strength, please, Stephen.
Okay.
Roll for Danny's
Go
strength.
Who's grabbing him, me or Danny?
To the doctor.
Okay, Danny, you got an 18.
An 18. It works. You grab him and you've got the
Strapped to
kid
table.
bundled up and you bring him over to the doctor's door. You knock on the door and he opens it up and looks and says, "Oh, ho, ho, a fresh one. How much do you want for him?"
100 gold. Or you can do whatever you want to him. We're not that, just but he's yours.
Hey, what kind of place do you think I'm running around here? I'll give you 100 gold and I'm going to cut that kid up and I'm going to sell his organs, okay?
Perfect. That's ideal.
Okay, great. He throws up a bag with 100 gold. You throw the kid. He grabs it. The door slams shut. You've got 200 gold between you, and he's got a little child to do horrible scientific experiments on and sell his organs. Hooray!
I do not feel good about this, Danny.
You don't feel good about this.
I don't, but I don't have a choice. I want to go to this gala.
You're walking towards the gala. Danny, you've got a disguise kit. So on the way, you're going to try and alter everyone's outfit. And I want you both to describe what you're going to try and do to your outfits to make yourselves look good for the gala.
Okay. Stephen, do you want to go first?
Okay. Sure. I am going to accentuate my shoulders by wearing a lovely V neck. I'm going to leave this bit exposed, but I'm going to make padding here and here, and just make my boobs look big, or my pecs, and accentuate my waist and accentuate my arms. So it's going to be this really nice looking thing. Like this.
Danny, how much thought have you put into this?
A lot as well. I would like to, since he is kind of like this busty, it sounds kind of like the low cut and everything. I'm going to go like black tie, but also with some buttons undone, and I've big boobs as well.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Well, you both chestily walk up to the guard at the front who's Stephen, you look beautiful.
Thanks.
You step forward up to the guard who's taking tickets at the door, and it seems like there's tickets available. You can buy in on the door. So you both pop 100 gold to a guard, and then you both get given these little silvery looking tickets, and you're handed those and you're allowed to walk in. You're given a table number. You're number 46 and 47. You're both at the same table, and you're ushered into a large hall where there's big circular tables, which shouldn't work for a function where you have people on stage, because about 40% of the room has to watch it like that.
God, Bennett, this is like you bringing your own shit into this. That's
the gig. And you walk in and you sit down, and you're just in time for the entrees to be brought out, which is just bits of nice oranges. And you are
100 gold in, and the entrees. Doesn't entree mean main course?
With these entrees, they are spoiling us.
Like enter, like the first thing, an entree, an appetizer.
No, but well, someone might tell you in the comments or something. Anyway, oranges to start.
Hey, if you're here in the comments, I'd like you to start yelling now about who's wrong, Steve Bennett or Danny Ryan right over there. I would say that an entree is not a main course. And
yeah,
Danny
but I think it's one of those things where it's not intuitive.
Oh, I see. Like the French.
Like the French in general, yes.
Comme les Français. Okay, so you walk in, there's little bits of oranges being brought out on plates to everybody, and the entertainment is starting on the stage. And the two of you in seats 46 and 47 have to crane your necks around to see what's going on. And you can see that on stage, there's a very boring vice president of a company is coming out to give a speech about him, where he mentions his family and his daughters, and it's just real dull. And I want you both to roll for strength, which is constitution, to try and stay awake.
Danny got a 8 and I got a 11.
An 8 and an 11. Danny with his 8 is just starting to kind of nod off as Stephen elbows him to try and keep him awake. Bam, Danny's back awake, and you're there watching as people begin clapping is why you were woken up, and a burlesque act comes out and starts doing burlesque on stage to the sound of one trumpet player playing burlesque music.
Is he doing Big Spender? He should do Big Spender.
You keep shouting, Big Spender! As you're sitting there at the table, and I want you both to roll for perception.
Danny got what's perception? Is that intelligence?
Yes.
All right. Danny got a 5 and I got a 13.
A 13. With a 5, Danny, you can tell that you're in some kind of room. And with a 13, you can see that over there's a curtain where there's a security guard standing, but the security guard is having trouble staying awake. Now, the curtain is kind of down a corridor. It's secluded. There's only one security guard down there, but it looks like an important place, like a backstage area. And the security guard, you can see, is just nodding off and just keeps trying to keep himself awake.
Okay,
Danny,
well,
do you need to go to the bathroom? Because I need to go to the bathroom. Let's go to the bathroom and go towards the security guard in that alleyway or the corridor.
oh yeah, sure. And because we're both so busty, we'd be like, oh, don't mind us girls. We just have to have a chat.
You head off, and I want you both to roll for dexterity, which is stealth, as you try and make it passing by the bathroom to go into the backstage corridor without anybody seeing you.
Right, so I got a 16 and Danny got a 9.
A 16 and a 9. It barely works. Danny just starts to say, we're not really going to the bathroom before you cover his mouth and pull him into the corridor. You get down the corridor and you're walking up to the guard who's just falling in and out of consciousness. And you can see him there, and he's kind of like half daydreaming, half awake as he wakes up and says, business.
Sorry, Danny, what you say?
He says, what? Business.
He's kind of half asleep. He's like talking to you like he's in a half of a dream. Huh? Business. Can you tell me?
Okay. I'm going to go.
How big is he? How big is he? Is he my size?
He's much smaller than you. He's about like a little bit bigger than Danny, but a lot smaller than you. He's about 5'10".
Okay, what we should do is bop him on the head. Danny, you take his clothes with your disguise magic, and then you pretend to bring me somewhere because I'm important in your security.
Okay. So I have a disguise kit, but let's take his clothes anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can like alter them to make them like cuter for yourself and shit.
How do you want to bop him on the head?
That just with like my big strong hand, just go bop.
Gotcha. With your hand?
I'll kill him with my fucking giant hammer.
All right, roll for your unarmed strike, Stephen, which is a +3, please.
Okay, maybe I didn't murder him. I got a 17.
A 17. It works exactly the way you'd like it to. You bop him on the head, he falls unconscious. You strip him naked, and Danny puts his clothes on. Or do you want to put his clothes on that it looks like a belly top?
Oh. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just like work it.
You look like a guard who's not a 12. And Danny's your little prisoner, and you're bringing him along, and he's tied up with rope. And you walk past the curtain, and you go backstage. And you can see that there's loads of people coming and going over there. It looks like the back of fucking Showgirls. There's monkeys coming and going, and you can see that on stage. They're preparing to let a stand-up comedian go on stage now to entertain the crowd while they're eating cold bits of crab claw.
Who is it?
Go on.
I couldn't say, but I will say they're shite. And and you are walking along, and you see that there's a side entrance, another kind of side door that looks like it leads somewhere important. It goes up some stairs, and no one's guarding it.
Okay, Stephen, I want you to figure out a way up those stairs, because you know that bathroom that we just passed?
Mm-hmm.
I really have to go there. So you just quickly figure out how to get up those stairs, and I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay. I'm going to go put one foot in front of the other and climb up these stairs and like sneaky kind of be like, even though I'm like built like a brick shit house.
Describe to me how sneaky would go step by step as you walk along.
But left foot, right foot.
How do the French say, fill in le time until Danny gets back? You walk along, and you're walking up along this darkened corridor, and you feel yourself going up some stairs, and you get to a door that is sort of like, it's got a gold frame around the door that kind of shimmers with a magical glow, and the door is very deep red.
Ooh, who's behind this? Is it Prince?
There's no one else in the corridor. Prince would have a purple door, Stephen. There's no one else. There's nobody else in the corridor. It's just you and Danny as soon as he gets back from doing a piss in the corner. He's totally inconsolable. You can't talk to him right now. And he's back. You're
That was
standing
really
there.
quick. Did you wash your hands? That was really quick.
I've got some sanitizer in the drawer here. Oh, you can see that.
Work.
Right.
Danny, you're back in time to have Stephen, the Slayer, explain to you what's happening.
There's
Go
just
ahead.
like there's this beautiful door, and behind it there might be somebody. Let's go through it and figure it out.
The door opens its eyes. Big
Oh,
red eyes
fuck,
in the
it's a
middle of the
magic
door
door.
open up, look at you, and say in a booming voice, but not so loud that anyone downstairs could hear you, and says, "Gamble."
Okay.
Okay.
The door
Yeah.
demands that you select a skill point yet again. What are you going to gamble this time?
I'm
My
gonna gam-
dexterity is +3, so I guess I'll get it to normal or else try and really fucking pump it up.
Amazing.
Strength is +3, so I might as well see if I can get that fucking hotter.
Amazing. We're going to do is we're going to play a Weird Things Humans Search For game that I got on the internet. And basically this is guess the end of the Google search. So I'm going to read out the start of a Google search and you've got to tell me what the end of the Google search is. Usually
As in the most
it's
popular one.
It's what?
Yeah.
It's the most popular Google search. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'll flash it to you there so you can kind of see what's going on with that. Like on the top up there, you have the
Star.
could a man, and then you've like finished the sentence. It might be like walk on the moon or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get you to have a pen and a piece of paper. I want you to write down 2 answers for each one.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to get you to get 2 points between the two of you. So you can fail 2 and get 2. You need 2 points for each round. We're going to do 3 rounds. So the first one, I want you to write down 2 answers. 3 answers. Can a fart? Finish the Google search. Can a fart?
And remember, Danny, the child lock is on.
Yeah. No rude answers. No curse words.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, you got 3 answers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to read out the answers that I have here, and you tell me if you got one of them.
But that's so open to us cheating.
Oh, gotcha. Do you want to show your answers now?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Danny.
Okay. I said, can a fart kill you?
Kill you is the number 1 answer. I think that's backwards, but fuck it. Kill you is good. That's great. 1 point.
Secondly, I have, can a fart smell good?
No.
I had that too. Oh, balls.
And then I had, can a fart follow you?
No.
Okay, because I thought I was
Stephen-
being followed the other day. I just don't know.
Stephen, you need to get 1 point to get this round. Here we go. Go ahead.
So I had smell good,
No.
make you sick,
No.
go on fire.
Yes, catch fire is right here. If anyone can turn their screen around, catch fire is right down there.
Nice
Well
shout.
done. That's 1 round out of 3. Fucking good work. The door looks at you and says, 1 point. If you get 1 more, you'll be fine. I want you to pick a skill point as well before we get started. What are you gambling here?
Dexterity, I already picked. Didn't I?
We already
Dexterity
did
and
that.
Stephen?
Strength.
Strength. Great. Can
Strength.
you
I think that
marry?
was a very, for an enchanted door, that was a very lowbrow question.
The door squints at you as if we're running out of time and says, can you marry?
Okay.
Same again, write down 3 answers. You need 2 points overall.
Can you marry a fart?
Meta.
Okay, I have 3.
Me too.
Okay. Stephen, you go first this time.
All right. Can you marry your cousin?
Yeah, that's number one.
Of
Right
course.
there. That's 1 point.
Can you marry your pet?
said a
Yeah,
dog.
I'll give you that because your dog is there.
I said a
Okay,
dog.
party.
Great stuff. That's 2 points. You've bloody done it. Do a victory lap, Stephen. Tell us what your other answers are.
Can you marry your best friend?
No.
Oh, I thought
Danny.
that'd be like someone who's like super sad, be like, I just want to marry my best friend. You know, that kind of thing.
Can you marry? I said 2 people.
No, it doesn't have 2 people, but it does have, can you marry the same person twice?
Okay. I want like that. The can you marry your cousin? How many people Googled that after being at like a wedding or a gathering? Everyone has that one cousin that you're like, oh, if you didn't know, like, if you found out afterwards, like, it wouldn't be the fucking end of the world, like.
Honey, I'm from Tipperary. Everyone's marrying their fucking cousin up in that bitch.
Yeah, it's all Brian, we're all inbred.
It's like second, third, not by blood. You know, there's so many rules.
Sharpie, I'm going to be honest. That sounded especially funny because you said it with a lag. And it was like, I'm from Tipperary and everyone just be marrying their cousin.
He's the uncle at the wedding trying to marry his niece. We should fucking get married. Why don't we just get married?
It's just like second or third cousins, kind of. Do you know what I mean? Just like there's a bit of a fucking die in between. But who, what? Like, don't be homophobic. You've got 2 out of 3. You've gained +2 to your dexterity and +2 to your strength. So Sharpie, your strength is now fucking what? +5?
Wait, 2. Oh shit, yeah, +5. Work. And Danny, was that dexterity?
I got
You're
5.
Your dexterity is now +5.
Perfect. Party.
You get past the door. It opens up in front of you. It was a single door before, but it opens up in between its 2 eyes, and it opens up as a double door split down the middle by your amazing prowess at a Google game, whatever the door thinks that means. It opens up in front of you, and you can see that after going up the stairs, you are in the center of the mansion of Mike Scheitcrack, the horrible, evil person who's taken all the booze from the caring and loving people of Naginthia. And you walk into the room, and you can see that there are just cans, full and empty, everywhere. There's naggins, there's shoulders, there's kegs of beer. It's like a dragon sitting on a pile of gold. And in the center of it, there's a giant vat. Like if you went to the Guinness storehouse, like this is where we keep all the Guinness. Oh, it'd be like enough to fill like 100 trucks worth. A giant big barrel that you know is full of a mix of all the booze in Naginthia, along with all of the full and empty cans and shoulders that are on the ground. And in the center of it, you can see that Mike Scheitcrack is there sitting on a throne, just laughing and taking all the drinks away from everyone. And you look closely and you can see that he's fucking hammered as well. He's an absolute hypocrite. He's hammered on everyone else's booze, and he's just Scheitcrack sitting there with everyone's booze. And no one else can have it except him. And you've walked into the room and the door slams shut behind you. And he looks over at the two of you like, oh no.
Right.
Well, I love you. Do you want to marry me? We can share this together.
Yeah, I think maybe we should try and just get in on this, because I've never really liked our hometown that much anyway.
Okay.
Then he's not bad.
How do you want to do that? Do you want to roll for charisma, try and charm him?
No, wait. Let's fake him out like that. Let's try and charm him. And then when he's like, yeah, sure, I'll stab him. I'll break my bottle of poison and stab him with the glass.
Oh, Danny, you've been carrying a bottle of poison?
Yeah.
That's nice. We should have gone through that.
Party.
He's got magic beans.
Both of you.
I do.
Yeah. You're both at the side of the room whispering to one another, and he looks nervous like, oh my God, these could be new friends.
Yeah.
So sort out what you want to do. Go ahead.
All right, Danny, come true. Realness. One, this is my life. This is what I want it to be like. I think it looks amazing. But you know what? After further thinking about it, it's kind of like watching that episode of Cribs when you see Paris Hilton like on walking around. It's like, no, fuck you. It should be for everybody. we should murder him and let everyone else have this booze and then steal some for ourselves. And I think that would be a fun night because we look gorgeous and let's do that.
I think I agree, except for the bit about Paris Hilton's episode of Cribs, because I haven't seen it. But if you just hold on, I'm just going to go to YouTube and watch the full thing, and then I'll come back. Okay.
Danny, we'll see you in 35 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Plus ads.
We gotta bag up a lot of the booze for ourselves. But yeah, let's do that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
How do you want to do it? Do you want to roll for charisma to go over there and try and charm him? You just want to get into a fight?
Well,
Is he sitting on top of it like a big mountain of booze?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's like he's like a dragon, like a shite crack dragon. He's on all of his riches, but his riches is not gold and jewels. It is the joyful drinks of others.
Okay, I kind
There's
of
a
want to throw
hill
my
of
hammer, but I
booze
don't want
and
to
then
like
a
to
throne.
destroy. I don't want to destroy all the booze by throwing my hammer at him. Danny, do you have any sneaky ideas? Being a sneaky person.
Oh. So he loves cans and everything. We say, hey, how you doing? What? Let us get you a drink. And I'm going to poison his drink.
Okay.
Like, hey, can I grab you a can? Hey, sit down, talk to us for a second, you know? So let's do that. So can I take up... I'm going to take my
Okay, but we're in
flagon.
character. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm going to take
Alright,
one of my flagons out
Yeah.
and be like, care to join us in a drink? And give Stephen one, have one myself. And then take the cap off. Pour the poison in while Stephen, like, I don't know, shakes his titties or whatever.
Amazing. So what we're going to do there is, Danny, you're going to roll for stealth, which is dexterity. Stephen, you're going to roll for charisma to try and charm Mike Shitecrack into believing the drink is worthwhile.
Yep. Danny got a 18. I got a 12.
Okay. A 12 doesn't quite like charm him, but Danny's 18, he sneaks it right in there. And what he does is Lord Shitecrack sees the two of you drinking the flagon. With an 18, he doesn't see Danny poison it. So he takes it and he takes a sip and he says, yes, I am the cool dude with all of the drinks. And yeah, and he drinks a little bit of it.
That is cool. I have to agree with him. But
he drinks a little bit of the drink and then he like drinks it and he looks all triumphant because he drinks more than he should have. And then he looks back at you and he's like, poison. And he pulls out his sword and he's like, I will kill you. You've killed me with poison. But it's like in Othello where Othello kind of like he strangles Desdemona, but then she's alive like 5 minutes later to do her last words.
This is what 3 minutes ago the door was asking us about farts, and now you're like, so it's kind of like Othello.
Well, I mean, the bit that frustrated me in the stage play of Othello, in that Desdemona dies from strangulation, then comes back to life to say her final words, and then dies again. I know it's fucking
Spoilers!
He takes
Sounds
out
like
a sword
every
and he
comedian.
fucking comes sliding down a pile of cans at you, and he's hacking a sword at you, and he rolls a 20. Holy shit.
fuck.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
He finds a cut bit of a can and he shoves that in one of your bellies and he stabs the other one with a sword, and you both lose. Where's that dice that I need? Right here. Here we go. You both lose 6 health points. Holy shit. You both get stabbed. Yeah, it was a 20, so we rolled twice. So you both lose 6 health points. What is your health on now?
19.
Danny is 19 and I'm 20. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Danny, you're doing your 29.
Amazing. Okay, you're in a fight with this guy. Mike Shitecrack is standing in front of you. He's in a weakened state from being poisoned, but he's not quite dead yet. As he looks at the two of you, it's your turn first, Stephen, and then you, Danny.
I bring out my big hammer and I'll be like, surely you going to smash this motherfucker in the head. So
You were about to steal my joke.
Oh, your joke, Danny.
I
Did
don't
I
see the
can
movie
get
Airplane.
Nielsen
Okay.
on here. Oh, fuck, we can't get him. Oh. Stephen, roll for the bonus on the big fucking hammer, your Shirley hammer, which is +4.
So I got a natural 20, so it's a 24. 4.
A drink, everybody.
Party.
You just bowl one of his arms off. The arm that wasn't holding the sword, you just hit it like a golf club, like Happy Gilmore, and the arm just falls off him and hits the other wall of the other side of the room. Danny, it's your turn.
Okay. Is he circumcised?
You can't tell. Roll for perception.
Oh. Danny, you got a what? Perception is wisdom.
Yeah. No, perception's intelligence. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry, 4.
A 4. You've no idea what circumcision is.
Okay. I'd like to take out my dagger. Right. And kind of through his pants, just make kind of a cut there.
What are
Right?
you doing?
No, listen. Listen, right? Because if he's not circumcised, the helmet will come clean off.
Yeah.
Right? And he'll probably
Of course.
Of course. He'll probably be out. Oh no, or if he is circumcised, that'll happen. If he's not, it'll circumcise him and he'll be at a low confidence point for a while he tries to kind of get used to it. You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh, this is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
And
would
then
be, man. I understand you're not casting any aspersions on any lifestyle choice or culture, but it would, if it happened all of a sudden, it would get you.
It takes time to get used to, I imagine.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
don't
roll for the bonus.
But he's
That's a
not going to be
+3.
living that much longer. Okay. You got a 15 plus 18.
An 18. It works. He wasn't circumcised and you circumcised him. He's having trouble dealing with it as he tries to put both hands up to his face but realizes that one of his arms has been cut off. So he puts his sword hand up to his face and hits himself with the pommel. He goes, no, as he swings the sword around again in a desperate helicopter move, and he swings around and tries to hit the two of you. And holy shit, it's another 20. Everybody drink.
Oh,
I didn't think he'd be doing helicopter moves for a while.
As he does, holy shit, he does. He does 7 damage to both of you.
Oh shit!
7.
He hits the both of you in the belly with a big sharp sword. Stephen, it's your go again.
Girl, I got this hammer. Shirley,
circumcised.
It's like, it's just like, it's okay. Like, you know what? I've been with people that are circumcised. I've been with people that aren't circumcised. It's not a big deal. Unfortunately, I have to murder you now. So I'm going to smash him with a hammer.
Yeah, gotcha. You're...
Oh, just in this last hour, he's just going to be like, well, you know what? Maybe it's not a big deal. I rolled a 15 anyway.
You rolled a 15. You knock one of his legs off. He's barely keeping his balance as he stands there in front of Danny. One arm gone, one leg gone, one foreskin.
No foreskin. Like, that's like, if I was missing an arm, I'd be way more upset than be kind of like, oh no, really? I have to use more lube? Oh, shit.
Perspective, Danny. Perspective. Danny, it's your go.
Okay, I would like to. I use my disguise kit.
Yeah.
To dress up like his mother, and just kind of his mother, and just kind of express disappointment with the way things have gone. You know what I mean? Kind of lower his, because you'd feel like your immune system was lower after a good dressing down from your mother.
And after, losing 2 limbs and a foreskin as well, your immune system would be fucked. Roll for charisma, Danny.
Oh, sugar.
What's your current charisma, Danny? Is it still +1?
You got a natural 20, bitch.
It's a natural 20. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, you did it. As Mike Shycrack sees a vision of his mother in front of him, he feels a wholly mortifying shame, a sort of a weirdly anti-Semitic shame, as he dies of embarrassment and blood loss in front of the two of you. He keels over and he dies in front of the two of you.
I knew that'd do him.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare.
He's dead, and the two of you are standing in a room full of cans, and the giant vat you can see has a valve next to it, and you can see there's a pipe leading to outside down into the river of the town of Bally full of cans. You open up the valve, and it's like that bit in Mad Max Fury Road where they let all the water fall out into town, but they let all the booze flow out into town, and all the people are down below, and they're all getting pissed in the waterfall of jungle juice falling down on top of them. It's a mix of cognac, vodka, gin, and whiskey, and all loaded cider and beer.
It's one of Steve Bennett's cocktails.
It falls down on top of them, and they all have a fucking wonderful time. Overhead, an owl swoops into the building where you are through an open window. And on top of the owl jumps off your mayor, Miggledy Higgins, and he says, "My boys, you've saved the day.
Yeah.
Congratulations on completing your adventure of Dungeons and Naggins." Miggledy hands over 400 gold pieces to each of you, and he says that you can take as many beers or flagons or shoulders or whatever you want from this room, and he jumps back on the little owl that was drawn by Don Conroy, and he flies away out of the room, and he leaves you both standing there to high five at the end of your adventure as you turn and say your final words to one another before we end our show.
We did it, Danny, and next time we start playing a game together, we both have 400 gold.
Fuck you both. That'll never happen. Danny Ryan, thank you so much for coming here and playing this game this evening. People can find you under Danny Ryan Comedy on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, everything. Danny Ryan Comedy, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Danny is a stand-up comedian. He's very funny. You can see, if you want to see him doing stand-up comedy, the best place is Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen, you're a musician. If people want to see you doing music, where's the best place to find you?
Probably on Facebook or on Instagram at
Stephen Sharp Music.
Yeah.
On both
Sharp
Facebook.
with an E, Stephen with a V.
My name's Steve Bennett Comedy. The next time you're going to see me, maybe I'm doing stand-up comedy tomorrow evening. That's Friday, the 10th of April. And that's on the Laughter Lounge. Laughter Lounge on Facebook, Laughter Lounge on Instagram, Laughter Lounge on YouTube. And you can find me doing stand-up comedy there tomorrow evening. We'll be doing more Instagram Live stuff very soon. We'll be doing more Dungeons and Nagging stuff. Thank you so much to Arcade Electric on Instagram. That's Electric Arcade in Galway. And thank you to Danny Ryan. Thank you to Stephen Sharp. Thank you to people who are watching. We'll be checking the YouTube stream after this to see all your comments and stuff. We'll be doing more of this soon. I really hope. Let us know if you'd like to see more of it. But thank you very much for watching here this evening. My name is Steve Bennett. Thank you very much to Danny Ryan. Thank you very much to Stephen Sharp. We'll see you again sometime. Have a lovely rest of your evening and good night. And please forgive any awkwardness as I try to now turn off the YouTube live stream.